Hi guys, and welcome to the video. So today is just a quick fun video because Game of Thrones is coming up in about a month and a half, and I thought why not do some death predictions. So let's get some obvious ones out of the way. Melisandre's going to die. Of course she is. It got predicted in the last season. Simple as, moving on. Same with Varys in the same conversation. Varys is going to die in Westeros, like Melisandre, so of course Varys is going to die. Then Beric Dondarrion is also a pretty obvious candidate for death. She's on Arya's list, which is a big one, and of course his life is just generally seeming like it's running out, so Beric's an obvious candidate for me. Again, the Mountain is on Arya's list, and of course there's a real big setup with the Hound that's been promised, so yeah, the Mountain's probably dead. Next, of course, is Cersei. Now, Cersei's a big one. I think the series, to be satisfying, does have to kill Cersei. The villains don't usually make it out alive in this show, and I don't think Cersei's any different, and again, she's on Arya's list, so yeah. Then I think Jaime is a pretty obvious character to die. I think no one really expects Jaime to make it out of this. I think it makes narrative sense for at least those two Lannisters to die. So yeah, I personally think that Jaime will die. Then Euron Greyjoy, I think, yeah. He's a villain, he's a big villain, it's satisfying for the audience to see him die. Villains don't usually make it off the show, so yeah, I think Euron is dead. So next is a big choice between Grey Worm or Missandei. Now, a lot of people would expect Grey Worm to die, but Missandei, or the actress who played Missandei, actually signed off on the series quite quickly into filming, so I wouldn't be surprised if it's her. I only think one of these two is going to die, and my bet's Missandei. Next is another toss-up, and I reckon it's either Theon or Yara. And again, I reckon this time it's only one of them, and I reckon it's Theon. I think Yara has a future ruling the Iron Islands. I think it makes narrative sense for Theon to go, so I think Theon is dead. Then I think Tormund is dead. I love Tormund so much, but this is a prediction. I've just got a gut feeling that Tormund is doomed. Also Jorah, I think that would give Dany a lot of emotional weight. I think it's very, very likely that Jorah dies. So then, I think one of the Starks has to die, either Jon, Sansa, or Arya, and I think everyone expects Sansa to die, and I think that's a little bit too obvious. And Jon's already died, so my personal bet is Arya dies, because that's the death people are least expecting, and Game of Thrones loves a death that people don't expect. Then finally, I reckon there's going to be a death of either Tyrion or Daenerys. Now, this one would be a real shock, but I think Tyrion dies, just because I think that idea of breaking the wheel has been so important near these final series, and I think having all three Lannister children, kind of the end of the Lannister line, I think having that breaks the wheel in a certain sense. Fair enough, you still have Starks, but I think that really brings home that metaphor, and I think, whilst I would hate it, I think narratively it makes sense for Tyrion to die. So that was just a little bonus video of just some fun extras of characters I thought who might die in Game of Thrones Season 8. Please like, please subscribe. I'm happy to have a chat with anyone in the comments below, and thank you for watching.
This is Willany, and if you're not already subscribed to The Nerdy Brit, right, you should be, right? If you're not, you're a loser too.